Good morning, Bagby Barracudas. This is BNN for Monday, December 14th, 2020. And now it's time for Guess the Barracuda. This Bagby staff member has a 1-year-old granddaughter named Finley. This staff member loves to kayak and loves to read. If you guessed, Miss Darlis, you're right. This Barracuda teacher was born in Washington, D.C. Both of their kids went to Bagby and Price. Fun fact 3, they can bake and cook fairly well. If you guessed, Miss Stevenson, you're right. This teacher loves the beach, especially at sunset. Every summer, they try to do something they've never done before. Last summer, they set up a little garden including a watering system. Fact number 3, they have a nephew that attends Bagby. If you guessed, Miss Rodriguez, you're right.
To go.
And now it is time for Miss Buffton to read this month's book.
Good morning, Bagby Barracudas. Today we're going to read a holiday story, and it is about two of my very favorite library friends, Bear and Mouse. A Christmas for Bear. Bear had never had a real Christmas. He never had a tree with sparkling star or candy canes or even gingerbread bears. He'd read all about it. Clearly, the most important thing was pickles. One frosty night, Bear heard a tap, tap, tapping on his front door. Those of you who have been in the library before know what's going to come next. When he opened the door, there was Mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed, as always. "Merry Christmas!" cried Mouse. "Maybe," said Bear. Bear had agreed to have a Christmas party. He had never had one before. "Do we open the presents first?" Mouse asked eagerly. "Presents?" Bear shook his head. "Most unseemly." "What?" Mouse's eyes opened wide. "No presents? We shall sit around the tree and eat. I might even read a poem." "Surely that will do," Bear declared. Then Bear went to the kitchen to get the Christmas pickles. But when he came back, no Mouse. "Mouse, where are you?" Mouse didn't answer. Bear heard a tiny scurrying sound. It was coming from upstairs. Bear climbed the stairs to his bedroom. The scurry sound was under his bed. "Mouse?" "Yes?" came a muffled voice. "Are you looking for a present?" Mouse peeped out from under the bed. He had a little bit of dust on his nose. "Perhaps," said Mouse. "Unnecessary hogwash," Bear scolded. "We have pickles, remember?" "Oh," said Mouse. And Mouse trudged behind Bear, back to the living room. Mouse went to the kitchen to get the cheese. But when he got back to the living room, no Mouse. Mouse, you're looking for a present again, aren't you? Maybe, came a tiny voice. It was out in the hall. Bear opened the closet door. There was Mouse, small and gray and guilty-eyed. Not even one tiny present, squeaked Mouse. The pickles are from France, declared Bear. But surely, said Mouse. And furthermore, continued Bear, I shall be reading a long and difficult poem. Then Bear headed back to the kitchen to get the cookies. But before he got there, he quietly turned and tiptoed back to the living room. No Mouse, of course. Mouse! Mouse scampered out from behind the tree, tinsel dangling from one ear. Pickles and poems, bellowed Bear. That is the Christmas spirit. Yes, Bear, sighed Mouse. Mouse sat in the front of the crackling fire. Bear served them pickles and cheese and cookies and tea smelling of cinnamon and oranges. Bear nibbled and sipped. Mouse did too. But his tail was sad. Bear cleared his throat. Mouse looked up. Hey, Mouse. Tiny, tiny little teacup. It was the night before Christmas, Bear pronounced, when all through the house not a creature was stirring. Not even a mouse. Bear stared sternly at Mouse. The pickles are wonderful, whispered Mouse. Bear continued. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care. Bear paused and glanced at Mouse. Mouse took a mournful bite of his pickle. The stockings are hung by the chimney with care, Bear repeated more loudly. The stockings! Mouse leaped up. Not Bear. Mouse leaped up, his eyes as bright as Christmas candles. You do have a present for me, he cried, pointing at the mantel. You have stockings. Certainly not. Impossible, monstrous assumption, rumbled Bear, but he was smiling. Mouse scrambled into his stocking and popped back out with a package, wrapped in sparkling red paper. Bear looked on eagerly as Mouse tore off the wrappings. It's the best present ever, Bear announced proudly, even if it's not a pickle. Inside was a tiny silver telescope. Bear hurried Mouse out in the crisp winter night. Mouse pointed the telescope toward the glowing moon. Most wonderful, Mouse said softly. Thank you, Bear. Yes, indeed, Bear smiled, and then he looked at Mouse. Well? What? Mouse was busy studying the stars with his new telescope. Mouse, you didn't forget, did you? Bear looked most stricken. Pickles a poem, said Mouse. Then he turned the telescope toward a nearby fir tree. And presents. There, peeking out of the snowy branches, was a big red bow. Bear hurried over and pulled out a wooden sled with shiny red runners. I've always wanted a sled with shiny red runners, said Bear. Thank you, Mouse. You are... Bear swallowed. You are an excellent companion, someone of whom I am most fond. You are my best friend, too, said Mouse, with a happy flick of his whiskers. Merry Christmas, Bear. Merry Christmas, Mouse, cried Bear. Then Bear and Mouse jumped on the sled and swooped down the hill under the shining stars of Christmas. So, Bear and Mouse each got the best present from each other. It's really nice when someone that you love knows you so well they know exactly what to get you. I hope you have a good holiday. Please remember to stay safe and wear masks and be kind. See you in January. Bye-bye.
Hey, Miss Jensen, I have a joke for you.
What?
What does a gingerbread man put on his bed?
I don't know what.
A cookie sheet! Dear Duncan, all right, listen. We're reading for the readathon.
Hi, Barracudas. Miss Jensen here. And in January, our first BNN, we have a cool science experiment planned that has to do with candy canes. So over the break, I want you guys to make sure that you save a couple of candy canes or grab some right after the holidays when they're on sale at the store. So you only need a couple of them. They can be small ones, they can be big ones, they can be different flavors, up to you. But save a couple of candy canes and we'll see you back in January. Bye, friends.
As a reminder, Barracudas, there is no school for the next 2 weeks. Stay safe and stay warm, and we'll see you on January 4th, 2021.